Next on the list of concerns, my awesome new trailer. Only $300 for this beauty. Of course, that'll be for this 12-foot V-hull right here we call the Silverfish. So what's going to happen to this? What do we need to do? The lights work. I just need a new bulb for one of them, I'm told. The guy used a multimeter. Look at this killer pulley. Came on a trailer for only $300 with a title. This whole contraption, if it could move this, it's probably going to be about a foot. It needs to go in this direction, so this will touch up against the V hull, and this will be a little bit farther away from the car, which will be nice to be able to step over it. This will fit perfectly, though. That boat should come to about right here. The biggest problem with this is these big boys. I'm going to take those off today. That'll be my next project. The problem is that the width from here, the center of this to the center of that, is 24 inches. Dun 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 dun. Which happens to be the exact width from here to there. So I don't really want these sitting on top of the slips, if that's what you want to call them. Actually, I think the parts on the side are called slips. This one has things on the side that keep the boat from possibly falling into the parking lot when you're peeling out of there. Which I believe, if you can see these scratches, might have been what happened to this boat at one point. But whatever you want to call those, I don't want these sitting on top of there. What would be nicer, and what I'm going to try to do, well, you know, what my first concern, sorry about the camera swinging all over the place. My first thought was I would, you know, move those over, but there's no holes, so that, you know, I'm going to call them slips, would either go along here or on the other side. I don't want to drill holes in the trailer. That's super hard. I don't have the ability to do that. So I'm going to do it with lumber. And the way I'm going to do that is, dun, 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 dun. Take these big old suckers off of here, replace them with 2x4s. And underneath the 2x4s, I'm going to have, like, you know, a slat, a 4-inch by probably 1-inch slats running down. And I'll have a 2x4 on top of it. What good is that? Not too good. Unless, of course, you brace the 2x4 down and you skill saw out an inch in the middle for 4 feet up. Then I'll have the slat underneath it, and there'll be like a little gully. Gully? Is that what I'm looking for? Rabbit? Never know what to call that. But those parts of the boat will slide right into the middle of my 2x4 with the slat underneath it. And of course I'll wrap it up with something nice. Whatever you call this kind of fake turf green stuff. That's the plan. So first, I'm going to break these bolts and get these off. We're going to see if I can break those bolts and move that forward. Well, it's off. Wasn't easy. One of these bolts, let's see, I can't tell because it's upside down, but probably this one would not come off, so I propped the front end of this up on the mailbox post, and I got it off of there with the angle grinder. It went pow when it came off. But now all of this can be cleaned up a lot, which is nice. I like that. We can move that into position whenever we're ready. So then we moved along to what I call the slips, even though that's probably not what they're called. And they have turned out to be super difficult. I chewed into them here with a hammer and chisel, and then I angle grinded the tops of the bolts off. But the bolts still wouldn't come out. Let's see if you can see this. These bolts, they were screwed into this. Of course they would strip if you tried to unscrew them. So I sawed off the tops, sawed off the bottoms, and still metal from the screws stuck in there that I'm drilling out. Pretty laborious. My dealer called to wish me a happy birthday. He asked me how you doing, and he asked me about my friend. He joked, so I guess you survived last Sunday. I laughed just a little, and I said, yeah, I guess I did. And I don't mind to meet him to say my last time. Every sinner has a future, every saint has a past. Guess I'm going to get what I have coming. One day that I'll know what I do. When I don't show up for work one Monday, and I turn up alone. I'm gonna go charge this thing and get some lunch, come back and finish her up. Boom, boom. Job well done.